Logitech support. What do you want?
Hi, this is gonna sound crazy. I'm having some issues with my Harmony remote. Is it normal that it's showing me Super Mario smoking weed? Hello? Hello? Huh.
This is the Logitech 885 or 880 in the US. It's the same remote, but the American version doesn't have the color buttons for some reason. This remote was originally sold for $249, but I got it for $15. And probably the fact that this is now 18 years old has something to do with that price. So what is this thing, and why does it look like the illegitimate son of a Windows Media Center remote and a Motorola Razr? Everything begins in 2001 in Canada, when a company named Easy Zapper starts making weird-looking, convoluted remotes that are overpriced and can only be programmed using a USB cable and a computer that has to be connected to the internet. When the product was reviewed on live TV, the servers were not working and the host couldn't show how it worked. So yeah, we're talking about an overpriced, weird-looking remote for nerds. It wasn't the kind of product that had a wide appeal, and by 2004, the company making it, now named Intrigue Technologies, went bankrupt. No, sorry, I actually meant got acquired by Logitech for $29 million in cash. What? Well, the reason Logitech spent $29 million acquiring that company, and the reason I'm making this video, is that this is not just a remote. It's basically a microcomputer in the shape of a remote. To understand why this is huge, we need to talk about how remote controls work. In order to make this simple, I'm gonna talk about how TVs do this, but it works exactly the same for everything that can be controlled using infrared, like DVD players, PlayStation 2s, AC units, your RAM. Almost every TV on the market comes with a small infrared sensor on the front. So when you press a button on your TV remote, your remote is actually working as a very, very small flashlight. And it is turning this infrared light off and on very, very fast with a slightly different pattern for every button on the remote. So when you press a button, your TV can see this light turning off and on super quickly and knows what every button, so every light pattern, means. Essentially, your TV remote is giving orders to your TV using these specific hard-coded light signals. Now that you understand this, it's very easy to understand how universal remotes work. Your TV doesn't care what remote is sending the signal. And the way universal remotes work is simply by not only including the flashlight part, but also the sensor one. By using that sensor, they can see what pattern your TV remote is sending for every button and just memorize it and send it back to your TV, which is just looking for light patterns and doesn't care where they come from. The big problem with universal remotes, however, is that teaching them every single button on your remote can be very time-consuming. This is why most universal remotes are actually sold with a huge pre-installed list of the most common TV remotes on the market. The way this works is you buy the remote, you open the manual, you look up your TV code, and this is a very tedious process. You have to try every single one of the codes for your brand until you hopefully find a combination that works with your TV. And if you don't find one, you have to go back to the store and buy another universal remote, and hopefully that one is gonna support your TV. And if you're wondering, isn't there any way to update the list, like the pre-installed list on this cheap universal remotes? No, because TV remotes and even cheap universal TV remotes are built extremely cheap. They are basically flashlights that have to remember a very specific series of light patterns. They are stupid. This is the reason why a TV remote can last like 1 year on 2 AA batteries. They don't consume any power because they are dumb. But what if they were not dumb? This is exactly what Logitech Harmony is. Harmony remotes are smart remotes. From day one, you got this USB port on the top of every Harmony remote, and using that, you can just connect the remote to your computer and do all sorts of things. This video took more time to shoot than expected, and now my hair is blue. So this is Tammy from the future here, and I'm here to tell you about my son. My Tom son. This VCR here, it is completely unremarkable. It's kind of a piece of crap. But it was the only VCR that I could find for cheap that wasn't being sold by scalpers on eBay. Scalpers, I am not buying your goddamn VCR. Anyway, this VCR is nothing exceptional, but it works perfectly, it does what it needs to do for me. The problem is that it didn't come with its own remote control. Before getting this Harmony remote, I actually already owned a Flipboard Zero. If you don't know what that is, it is basically a gadget/hacking tool that you can use to play around and do all sorts of stuff with infrared and radio frequencies and USB rubber ducky. But yeah, technically speaking, this thing is perfectly able to work with my VCR. It can work as a universal remote, and it does work as one with a lot of stuff that I use daily. But that's not the case with my VCR for a very stupid reason. In order for me to give orders to my son, my Thompson, using my Flipper Zero, someone that has my same VCR and the remote would have to scan every button and then upload that data to one of the many free online databases compatible with the Flipper. As you probably can guess, that never happened. You can't find the infrared codes to control this VCR online, except if you have a Harmony remote, because in that case, it is just a speedrun, baby. You just literally search for your TV model or VCR model and download from Logitech's database of 275,000 remotes. This happens because if you somehow have a device that is not already in the Harmony database, you can make your Logitech remote learn, just like with other universal remotes. But when you do that, your configuration, this new device, gets automatically added to the database. You don't have to put any effort into it. This is why since 2001, these remotes need the internet, and also why the database is so huge. Because it is a collection of every single remote every single Harmony user ever cloned since 2001. This huge amount of data was probably a reason alone to acquire the company for Logitech. But this is not even the selling point of these remotes. It's not even the main feature. Because we're talking about a Logitech product from the pre-iPhone era. You know when tech used to be cool and you could just customize anything in software? The 885 was the first Harmony remote with a color screen. And in 2005, that means you can upload whatever you want as your background image and look at it whenever you're using your remote. Unless your remote is charging, because in that case, it is going to show you some pictures of itself. You can easily change these slideshow pictures by simply connecting the remote to your computer. In my case, I have personally went with the tasteful choice of only uploading pictures of cats and one picture of Margaret Thatcher, like a Russian roulette, just to leave house guests mildly confused. But the key feature of Harmony remotes are the activities. These are basically gaming macros in real life. Okay, so I have a TV here with a VCR, and let's say I want to watch a movie, okay? Normally, I'd have to take the TV remote, turn on the TV, change the input to AV, take the VCR remote, turn that on, press play. So this takes a bit, okay? But with this thing, I can just press the watch VHS button. Yeah, it is doing everything with one click. Even in 2024, this is fucking insane. The way this works is you basically tell the remote to emulate other remotes in a specified custom order. You can even tell it the exact delay between each button press. If you're controlling a TV, you can even automate changing to a different channel and actually upload the PNG of every channel you want to add. It's insane. I'll be honest, I originally just got this for my parents and because I was curious, but I didn't intend to actually use it daily because if I want to control anything around my house, I either use my phone or my flipper. So I was already covered, but this thing is just comfortable. Like, if you use your phone to control your TV, you have to open an app and click on a screen that simulates buttons. And if you're using an iPhone, you're effectively sending information to your TV, for example, using Wi-Fi, and that's stupid. I can use this. It's infrared. I can just select the device and send whatever I want. If I want to turn up the volume, that's it. If I want to control something using my phone, I have to look at the screen. I have to actually see what I'm touching because everything is flat. It's a screen. Here, it's a remote. Even if I'm not looking at the remote, I can feel the buttons I'm touching. I can use this in the dark and know, like, with tactile feedback, what I'm doing. I have a YouTube activity here that turns on my TV, turns on my Xbox, and tells my Xbox to boot into the YouTube app. Everything with one click. I genuinely love this remote, and it's become the main way that I control media-related stuff around my house. It only works with infrared, so if you have an Apple TV or anything that works with Bluetooth, yeah, you're not going to be able to use this. But for anything infrared-based that requires media buttons, it has a big screen, a lot of buttons, and it even has a tilt sensor. It actually can tell when you're picking it up and automatically turn on its screen. If you can find one of these for cheap, It's perfect. And if you're a gamer, they even made an Xbox 360 version for some reason. It's identical to the other ones, but it has the the gaming buttons. But this device is still 18 years old, so it is not perfect. The battery that it's using, this is not using batteries like normal remotes. It's using a rechargeable proprietary battery that unfortunately has a tendency to turn into a spicy pillow. So you might want to check that if you don't want a fire hazard in your house. And also the way you charge it is you put the remote in this docking cradle thing. But yeah, my dock, when I received this, it wasn't working. There's my hair here. I have long hair. I'm a girl. Anyway, the reason this happens is because to charge, the pins on the remote here have to physically touch the pins on the charging cradle. I easily fixed this by just disassembling the cradle and slightly bending the pins and also putting some electrical tape to keep them slightly raised. I don't know if this is the correct way to solve this problem, but that's how I did it. But the other thing that has aged terribly is the software, because I forgot how weird software from 2006 felt. If you're using Windows, you don't have to worry. Everything still works. And even on Windows 11, you can just download the old Logitech software and it's gonna work, like plug and play. It's perfect. If you're using Mac or Linux, then it's gonna be different. There are some open source implementations of the Harmony software for Linux, but I'm a Mac user, I have an Apple Silicon Mac, and the way I made everything work was just by simply just making a Windows 11 VM and giving it USB access. So that's how you run the software. But the software itself, let's say it is okay for 2006 standards. It has you click on a lot of buttons to do the most basic stuff. The first time you run the software, it might look like it's crashed, and it is not. It is downloading and caching the entire huge database. Just leave it be, and in like 10 minutes, it's gonna work fine. Overall, not the best user experience, but it works, despite being 18 years old. And that's definitely enough for me. And here's where I have to give you the worst news in this video. And that is that if you want to buy a remote like this from Logitech right now, you can't. They stopped making this. The Harmony line was discontinued in 2021, despite people being very satisfied with it. And I think the main reason is that these things are basically immortal. If you buy a remote control that can do anything and it's well built, you're not going to buy another one for a long while. So there's not a lot of profit to be made there. There are some alternatives like a sofa baton, but I haven't tried those and they are pretty expensive. Quick note here, the newer Harmony remotes actually had Bluetooth and LAN and Wi-Fi, but just like the sofa baton, even on the used market, they are pretty expensive and I haven't tried those. There is also a version of my remote, the 890, which is identical but has a RF module built in, so you can repeat the signal between rooms, like you can use infrared in different rooms. All I can tell you is if you liked this remote in the video, just go on eBay or whatever and try to find a cheap one. These things go for like $15-20 and they are worth it even just to play around, or more practically they are very useful if you have some like trash big TVs or VCRs and you want to have the remote codes for that, because the Logitech Harmony database is huge. It's even bigger than the Flipper one, and yeah, it is worth it buying one of these even just to get those codes. Actually, I want to point out that if you have a Flipper Zero or a smartphone that can learn infrared, you can effectively use a Harmony remote to expand the existing open source infrared databases by simply downloading remote data into your Harmony remote and having your Flipper learn it. Then you can just post it online and make everyone happy. But in my case, and for my parents, this is gonna be a daily driver. It's just that comfortable, and it reminds me of the era when Logitech wasn't afraid to experiment and put LCD screens in TV remotes. And also somewhere else. Yeah, the Harmony remote was not a one-off. Logitech and a whole lot of other companies were kinda just throwing shit at the wall to see what sticked, and they made some very interesting and weird products that have been completely forgotten in time. And I've been cooking. I want to change that. I'm trying to find interesting shit and I want to make videos about it. But the only reason I'm able to just look around and find weird, cool stuff that I want to talk about is because of you, because of your support, because of you watching me. So thanks for that. You're making this possible. And especially thanks to my Patreons, because they are financially making all of this possible. Thanks to them, I got my computer fixed after the network card issue, and I'm able to just try to scout used computer marketplaces for stuff like this. So if you like what I'm doing here and you want to support the channel, consider subscribing to my Patreon. You get access to behind the scenes stuff, to scripts, and if you join the HD resolution tier, you actually get to have your name in the credits. And normally it's just a scrolling list, okay, but I find it kinda boring sometimes, so when I have the occasion, like with this video, I try to do something special.